Hi viewers, welcome to our channel. And in our channel, as I told you before, we are trying to educate our people how to relate politics with things we can see, touch, and use in our daily life, particularly focusing on food, our daily bread, which also happens to be my professional line. Now, today, I would like to assist you to examine how good and bad politics are influenced by our moral balance. We shall also learn how our integrity and dignity can eject us from the yoke of tribalism and corruption and enable us to build the right perception from the propaganda that we get from our politicians. But what is propaganda? You always talk about it, but what is it? Propaganda is dissemination of information, which may be facts, truths, half-truths, or completely transparent lies, all intended to influence public opinion and align it to a desired perception. And that happens in a given environment, given political environment. But what is politics? Is it a dirty game or dirty people in a political game? Let's try to define politics from the perspective of good politics and bad politics, starting with good politics. Now, politics is a Greek word meaning poly and take. So, poly means argument and take means consensus. So, politics means argument with an intention of arriving on a consensus on the most rational and national development pathway on which we all move coherently and concurrently as governed by our love, peace, and unity which we build in our political processes. Bad politics, on the other hand, has three undesirable components. That is polycheat, polypath, and polytheft. Now, polycheat is a political deception, misinterpretation, or misunderstanding that leads to polypath. And polypath means argue, disagree, and part ways, just like NASA principals recently did. After heavy arguments, they disagreed and parted ways. Now, after parting ways, after they have parted their ways, is when we started hearing things like theft of land, theft of cemetery, golden bag. So that means that polytic graduates into polypath, graduating into polytheft. And what is polytheft? Polytheft is politics in which you are heavily equipped with thieving strategies. Now, the genesis of bad politics is moral imbalance, where democracy turns to be democracy, thereby transforming the good, honest voters from wananchi utukufu to wanaoishiwa watakufa. Now, this channel will assist you to understand how moral balance is a tool to be used to help you to resist from being transformed from wananchi utukufu to wanaoishiwa watakufa. So if you have not subscribed, please do so that we continue to the next level. Now, our problem is that many politicians are not morally balanced. But we ourselves, we must be morally balanced. We as a people, as citizens, as voters, we must be morally balanced. This is because we are the recipients of their propaganda from which we build our perceptions. And remember, perceptions are the instruments that actuate our response through the ballot box. So if you have got a wrong perception, you will make a wrong democratic choice, which will perpetually make you poor and mwanaishi ambayo ameishiwa. So let's build the right perception based on our moral balance. We shall discuss propaganda and perception later, but let's still today focus on moral balance. Now, what is moral balance? Now, philosophically, human mind has three elements, namely rational, spirited, and appetitive elements. Now, a morally balanced person has 33.33% of each of the three elements. Now, what percentage do you have as a citizen? How much appetitive elements do you have? How much rational and spirited elements do you have? Ask yourself that question because it's very important. Now, politics becomes polytheft when appetitive element is more than 90%, while rational and spirited element are each only 5%. Now, with morally balanced mind, anybody pursuing a cause for acquisition of daily bread or wealth is governed by rational principles and spirited consideration of others. And these innate characteristics automatically pop in one's mind anytime one is engaged in a move for survival, such that one's action neither jeopardizes nor compromises the survival of others. Now, the statement of request to the Almighty Father in heaven given by Jesus Christ is, "Give us this day our daily bread." Now, this request is not only clear and time specific, but also devoid of greed, portraying a sense of trust and moral balance. The bread sought in this prayer is daily bread. the bread for the specified day. Let me tell you, in Kenya, many people are looking for century bread to consume in one day, let alone monthly or annual bread. This is a situation in which appetitive element overrides the rational and spirited elements, like the case with most politicians. How about you? Ask yourself this question. And in our next presentation, we shall look at the relationships between dignity, integrity, and nationalism in relation to the issues which we are currently featuring in our dailies, such as project puppets, economic models, tormenting prices, wheelbarrows, and hunger dynamics. So we are trying to help you to match your moral balance, with the issues emanating from the ongoing campaigns, so that the result of that match is a rational perception that will guide you and make you have a good response towards the ballot box, the right democratic choice. So please, if you have not yet subscribed so that we shall move together in the next presentation. Thank you very much for today.